Okay, so in this question here, it says how far does U1 cycle in going from A to B, right? So we'll probably draw that in our diagram. He goes directly from A to B here, right? And this is worth 6 marks. There's a couple of things we've really got to do here to start with. But ultimately, when we get to the final answer, I want us to focus on this triangle here. This is going to help us to get to our final answer, to appreciate that we've got a right angle triangle here, okay? On the inclined sort of slope going upwards. This is a right angle triangle. Now I know this 5 here, don't I? I think I know that's 5 here. If I can work out this here, this length here, okay, going from here to B, then I'll have this side, I'll have that side, and I can work up that side using Pythagoras, because the inclined triangle, if you like, the triangle on the inclined slope is right angle, because that's right angle there, isn't it? Quite hard to draw it in, but it is. So all I need to do is work up this first, and I can do that by focusing on the side view here, this triangle, and appreciate I've got trigonometry here. So I've got opposite there, yeah, opposite this angle 7.1, hypotenuse here, which is opposite the right angle of course, and adjacent here. Now I know the opposite is 1 meter, and I want to work out the hypotenuse, okay, so SOHCAHTOA. And O and H is sine, isn't it? So sine 7.1 equals opposite. Okay, go in that order, over H. So opposite, which is 1, over hypotenuse, which is what I want to work out. And then, of course, you know, because of the letters on the bottom, or whatever's on the bottom, we take up. So we're taking the letter up this time. And opposite then, because you're dividing, take it up, you're going to be timesing. Okay, and then, of course, to get H then, which is what I want, because you times it by sine 7.1, you take it over and divide by sine 7.1. So you get fraction 1 over sine 7.1, and we get our answer to be 8.09 meters. Okay, so that's what H is there. That's what this sort of edging is going up the inclined slope. Okay, and as I said, focus then on my triangle that I drew earlier. And it is Pythagoras, isn't it? Okay, so I can call this then my C, call this my A, and this my B. Okay, so using Pythagoras, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 5 squared is what B is, what A is, sorry. B, we just had obviously 8.09 squared equals C squared. So I can get my calculator, and I can use that answer, can't I? There, so you press ant squared, right, for the 8.09, plus 5 squared equals C squared, so 90.456, etc. is C squared, and then to get C then you just got to square root the answer, and we get 9.51, right? So we go for 1 decimal place, I think, because they're given degrees here to 1 decimal place, so we'll go 9.5 meters. Okay, so that's what AB is. AB is equal to 9.5 meters. Okay, so part B then, we've got says show that Johan's route up this section of road is less steep than Delith's route. Okay, so you must show all your working. Now we know Delith's route in terms of the steepness, okay, the angle is 7.1, yeah, the elevation angle that Delith is facing, because she's going on this route here of the arrow, isn't she, 7.1. What we need to do now is look at what Johan's route is, what his angle is. Now, it might be useful to draw a triangle, okay, here, and of course, the triangle will have this height here of 1 meter, okay, so I'll just start to draw that side there. That will represent the height that he is actually increasing, because he's going from A, he's going to end up at B, so he's gone up as near 1 meter, and you've got this slope there, taking you down, okay, but of course what's good now is we actually know how long that slope is, okay, we know how long it is, we just worked it out, haven't we? Yeah, so we know this here, we know that slope there, which we worked out in the previous question to be 9.5 meters. So now, if you notice, we've just got another triangle, haven't we? A right angle triangle, and we can work out this angle here, which I'll call x, right? again, just a little bit of trigonometry. So you've got your opposite there, hypotenuse here, adjacent. The two sides are your opposite and your hypotenuse. So sine again, yeah? So sine x equals O over h, 1 over 9.5. And to get x, then you take the sine to the minus 1 of 1 over 9.5. So you get, let's get the calculator. 6.04 degrees, or 6.0 down to 1 decimal place. And what does it say? Show that Ewan's route up this section of road is less steep than Dallas. Well, indeed, this is less steep than 7.1 degrees. And we're done.